Wesley Dale Morgan went missing on May 15th, 2001. He was 2 years old. Did he walk off? Was he kidnapped? Did something happen in the home that led to his disappearance? This is Hold My Sweet Tea. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Pearl.
And I forgot my name. Oh, I'm Holly.
Who do you want me to be today?
Who? So, as you may noticed, of our, what are we up to now? Like maybe like 90 something listeners? No.
Yeah, maybe.
They're multiplying. Yay! As you may have noticed, we have switched it up a little bit to sound a little less robotic and pre-recorded in our introduction. And we want to know what everybody thinks.
Yeah, we decided to just, instead of doing the pre-recorded intro stuff before our music, to give you a little teaser before the music, then chat after, and then move our way into the episode.
Yes. So we want to know if y'all are liking it better. That way we can be a little more creative and it's not just like
Stale,
and we read the same thing over again. So we're trying to keep it real.
Yeah, trying to keep it real, trying to improve, trying to make it more fun to listen to.
Right.
Keep everyone interested.
Absolutely. So
learning and growing.
Butterflies in the sky.
I can go twice as high.
It always goes back to the reading Rainbow.
Yeah. I loved reading Rainbow when I was a kid.
I watched it and it was a little after like my little childhood, but I liked it. I really did.
Yeah, I used to love doing the little book it challenges for like free pizza.
Yes.
I was like, where's that stuff at?
Right. Free pizza. Tell me what I need to do.
I was like, how many books can I read?
How many pizzas can I get?
Right, exactly. What are the parameters of this contest?
I was just talking to my son the other day, and he's like, our go-to food is like pizza. I said, because I love pizza. I think that would probably be like the one food that I could eat the rest of my life.
Pizza.
It is pizza. I like, you could change up the toppings and all that, but like pizza. It's like so good.
Yeah.
What is your favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza is the one that the world always talks about. How dare you put that on a pizza? I am Hawaiian girl all day. I love pineapple and ham.
I love the pineapple and ham too. And my son, he like absolutely loves the same thing. Like ham and pineapple. But I think my go-to is always like the thin crust pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll like switch it up and do like, pepperoni and mushroom. Or sometimes I just go like full vegetarian and do just like olives and mushrooms and like the Alfredo sauce on it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I also really like barbecue chicken pizza.
Ooh, yeah, those are good. See, I like all of them. And I've never, can't say like, ooh, I don't like anchovies on pizza. I've never tried an anchovy, but I don't think I would like it. Salty
Based
fish.
on the smell of an anchovy, I'm going to tell you, no, thank you.
If it smells anything like sardines, no.
Gross.
But I wouldn't eat that. But like, I have tried some like awesome pizzas, and I think they're all good. And now I'm hungry.
Right. Or like run across the street to Nuke's and get a little flatbread pizza.
Oh,
those are yummy.
So yeah.
I like stuffed crust too.
Yeah, stuffed crusts are good. Yep. But I always fill up on the crust and then I'm like, oh,
I wanted more pizza.
I wanted more pizza than crust, but they're good. That's why I always get the thin crust because I don't feel as guilty about eating it.
Yeah.
And then you get it cut into like little squares instead of actual like triangles. So you're like, ooh, I had 4 pieces of pizza, but you only had like 2.
Yeah. Yeah. If it were triangular shaped, it would have been 2.
You gotta trick your brain.
That's funny. But I guess, it works.
Mm-hmm. So what do you got for us today?
Girl. You already know.
I know, but they don't know.
Right. I guess I'll tell everyone else then. Wesley Dale Morgan was born March 14th, 1999 to 17-year-old Ruby and her then boyfriend Dewey in Clinton, Louisiana. They were both teenagers. So the 2 young parents split not long after Wesley was born, and he remained in his mother's care. Not long after her split with Dewey, though, Ruby began seeing a man.
A man?
A man named Burnell.
Not a
who
man.
was 18 years her senior.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's why I said man.
Man.
But he probably really isn't much of a man.
Right. And if you don't know where Clinton, Louisiana is, I have some stories about Clinton.
Oh, Lord. Clinton is Clinton.
It's Clinton. And they also are famous for their peaches because there's a lot of peaches in Clinton.
Are they peaches for free?
I think they cost, but I'm sure
Millions
they don't have millions of peaches. Peaches for me?
Oh my God. Get them in a can?
Maybe. They were put there by a man. Oh,
not Burnell. Probably.
Not Burnell.
I don't think he was messing with the peaches.
No.
See, this is where you learn that we're goofballs all day because we do this constantly in conversation and then we forget what we're telling each other because we're like, what was I talking about?
We're like talking in like music and movie quotes.
It's crazy. So Ruby Renee Havard, at the age of 19, reported her son missing. This was on the morning of May 15th, 2001. She said that she last saw her child at about 9:45 that morning playing in the front yard of the house. There is some articles that say he was playing on the porch. Some say in the yard. Some just say he's playing in the yard. Others say that he's playing with puppies on the porch, like a whole litter of puppies. And she stated that she literally went inside to fix lunch. 9:45 in the morning, she went inside to fix lunch. And that when she came back, he was gone.
Yeah. If you're going to tell lies, maybe you should like plan those lies out with a timeline.
They don't get a whole lot from her.
Yeah.
Other than that. Because she gets to the point where she just flat out refuses to talk to anybody anymore. But 3 days of nonstop searching of the area surrounding the home Havard and her boyfriend Burnell Hilton Jr. reside in, there was no trace at all of the boy. And Burnell was 37 at this time. So just trying to keep track of these ages.
Yeah.
So we see where we're at here. East Feliciana Sheriff Talmadge Bunch. He sounds like he should be in a book.
Right.
Why do I get
Talmadge.
some like To Kill a Mockingbird feeling right about here? Talmadge Bunch. Anyway, he requested that the FBI assist as hope that the boy had just wandered off was waning. They really weren't finding him anywhere. They weren't finding any traces of him at all, honestly. It got to a point where they felt like maybe they were like, he had to have been like picked up and taken.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing indicating where he went.
Right.
No direction to look.
And I'm sure they brought dogs out and
the National Guard assisted using helicopters with thermal imaging equipment.
Yeah.
They assured everyone that if that boy was out there, that imaging equipment they used could have found the toddler even if he was buried 2 feet underground.
Right. And how far can a 3-year-old toddler get on his own?
Well, he's 2.
Oh, 2. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
So even less.
Yeah,
He's
even
shorter.
Less. Like, his little legs aren't going to carry him that far.
Not that far in what she made seem like was a very short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Definitely not understanding where she thinks he may have walked off to. But both Havard and Hilton were given a polygraph test that they failed.
Huh.
Sheriff Bunch explained that they know something about this and that Burnell's was off the charts lying.
And they could have used that in, with the grand jury.
Yeah, it looked nasty.
Little suspicious.
So at that time, it was the hope of the sheriff that the boy was still alive and was maybe just being used in like an illegal adoption arrangement, because they really just are hopeful that there's some way to get that baby back alive.
Yes.
According to the Daily Advertiser in Lafayette, Louisiana, that was published May 25th, 2001, investigators were getting frustrated after repeatedly questioning the boy's mother and her boyfriend. They then turned to other family members, pleading for them to help find the missing boy. Talmadge Bunch then explained, "We've gotten to the point that she won't talk to us and won't talk to anybody." The teen mother just shut down.
She was like, I'm not saying anything anymore.
Yeah, which is crazy, because how is that helpful in finding your child?
Right. You're out here trying to look for your child. You would be doing anything and everything and talking to whomever to get any information and locate him.
Yeah. I mean, I would be up the butts of these sheriffs.
Right.
Help me find my baby. I wouldn't be sleeping.
Mm-mm.
My 2-year-old disappeared. I'd be out there every minute I possibly could. Probably endangering my own life, because
absolutely searching and looking.
I'm like running myself ragged, looking for my kid. So Hilton, the boyfriend, was later arrested on a warrant for second-degree murder by Zachary police in connection with a 1998 death. He was accused of shooting John Lavallee of Zachary in the face with a pistol as Lavallee was walking along the road somewhere around 11 p.m. on Halloween in 1998.
Wow.
And, in my mind of minds, because this is like something that's happening a lot now.
Right.
I have to wonder if they didn't think that maybe the boyfriend did something with the kid or did something to the kid.
Yeah. And disposed of him somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And then she reports him missing later. Like, obviously no evidence of this stuff. This is just me conjecture flying out here.
Right.
So I'm just, we see this so much every day of these women with super young kids, like toddlers, infants, where they get involved with some man.
Yeah, and they just sit back and
let it happen.
There's no way.
Yeah, no. There would be a murder that day, but it wouldn't have been of the baby.
Right.
That's the thing that gets me, is like every time I see that, I'm like, how did you as a mom sit there and do that? Or even the ones where the moms actually participate. Like, what the hell?
What are you thinking?
Or
not thinking.
Or not thinking, yeah. You're just straight crazy.
Pretty much.
In an update in February 2005 on WAFB Channel 9, Sheriff Bunch said that the boy's mother has never been by, not one time, to try to have a follow-up on the baby. This is why he feels she knows more than she is telling.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, keep making yourself look sketch here. So in January of 2008, WAFB released an article about Ruby Renee Havard being arrested for allegedly trying to sell her youngest child. This was something Bunch had suspected happened to her oldest child, Wesley. So she has another baby. And this happens.
And tries to sell it. Yeah. So absolutely, this is what happened to the other one.
So these charges were actually later dismissed for lack of evidence. And Havard's lawyer, Rhonda Covington, stated that she's not sure why everyone keeps bringing this up, as it was money exchanged during a legal adoption process to cover legitimately related expenses. So apparently what occurred was Havard changed her mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these people were legally adopting this child, going through the process, gave her money for expenses, which was around like $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
And she decides that she doesn't really want to give the baby up. So they've already paid these medical expenses and they have no baby. And I guess what occurred was the parents who were supposed to adopt the child and Havard herself had gone to see the district attorney to kind of figure out where they needed to go from here. What was the process?
Right, since she changed her mind.
Correct. But I don't know that they got much information in that meeting, but it's also reported that those people also called the cops and like reported her.
Yes.
And so that's what led to these charges of human trafficking, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So she tried to sell the baby to somebody else, or?
No, she didn't try to sell it at all. Apparently it was a legal adoption. The money exchanged was literally just an agreed upon amount to cover medical expenses for the baby being born.
Yeah. And I think in that case,
that's okay.
The mother is, obligated to change her mind. If she changes her mind, then...
Yeah, I don't know what happens with that.
Yeah.
I'm not real sure on the legalities of what happens if you change your mind during an adoption process, but... Yeah. I mean, obviously it led to something terrible because now these people are upset. I would be too.
Yeah, I would be too.
And so basically they're just saying there was no actual selling of a baby. But in April of 2016, the FBI announced that they were reopening the missing child's case. They set up a dedicated tip line, and they didn't really give any specific details as to why there is a renewed interest in the case. But a former Clinton police officer, Arkell Merritt, said in an article published by WAFB, "I presume they're coming with new ideas, maybe newer techniques, things that they feel like maybe, we'll find him."
Mm-hmm.
So, who knows? Maybe they're just trying to
fish for something again.
Yeah, maybe see if they can get some information out of some people that they couldn't get before. Re-canvass the area, see if they find anything new. Just checking up. I know there were some 21 electronic billboards around Baton Rouge area that were running the picture of this child, just trying to keep it out there, because if they think that he's still alive, I guess their hopes is that somebody's going to see this and be like, oh, that's my kid, or oh, heck, that looks like me.
Yeah, that looks like me. Or somebody's like, you know what? I know what happened, and
here you go.
I'm going to tell.
Yeah, and I mean, it's sad because you see stuff about her, like about his aunt and things like that, just being like, I wish we could find him, so sad. There are people who believe he's not alive and that somebody did something and just covered it up and they've gotten away with it basically this whole time. Other people think maybe he got kidnapped and there's no trace of the kidnapper anywhere and he's alive living somewhere with somebody or not.
Right. But I mean, if you've ever been to Clinton, most places out there they're out in the sticks. They're out in the woods. So if he was up on the porch or in the yard, that's highly unlikely, but not ruled out, I'm sure. But
yeah, it's very, very rural.
Yeah.
For sure. And I hate that word.
Rural.
Rural. I usually mess it up, so I said that very slowly.
Yes.
Like, rural.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's, you don't have neighbors close by. It's spread out.
So the likelihood of somebody seeing something kind of dwindles there.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, so super, super sad.
Yeah.
Havard's lawyer stated in that same article that Havard's ultimate dream is to find her son. He would have been 17 years old in 2016, and during that time, the FBI offered a $10,000 reward for information leading to Morgan's location. I believe, I could be wrong, so don't, quote me on it, but I believe that $10,000 reward is still a thing. It's still in play.
Okay.
Because at this point, this May, he will have been missing for 24 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That is a long time, and especially with no leads or no information, anything.
And I mean, as far as I can tell from other stuff, I mean, whenever they reopened the case with the FBI, the mother still didn't want to talk to anybody. She literally was going through her lawyer for everything. Is that out of fear that you're going to be misquoted, or is that because you got something to hide?
Right. And that's what I would think. You have something to hide. 100%.
Yeah, because where's your baby?
Right. I would still be advocating, and I would still be trying to find my child even 20-something years later.
Yeah. Yeah, if you truly believe...
Having websites set up and all, yeah.
Yeah. You truly believe he's alive? Or you still retain hope? I mean, what do you know that I don't know?
Right. Ugh. That's awful.
It is.
Especially with him being so little.
Yeah. That's the heartbreaking part is like he couldn't, at this point, if he were kidnapped or if he were sold to someone, he doesn't even know.
No.
Like, he's not going to remember who his real family was.
Yeah.
All he's ever going to know is the people that he ended up with.
Right. Like, I was with this person and now I'm over here with this person.
And unless they told him any different,
Mm-hmm.
he's not going to know anything. No. He's not going to be running around seeing these billboards going, oh, crap, maybe that's me. Mm-hmm. I got taken. You know what?
Right,
He has no idea what happened to him as a child if he's alive.
Mm-hmm.
So it's last updated in 2023 as far as anything involving his case, but he's still missing.
Yeah. I hope maybe something will come about and they'll be able to find him alive.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
But also, like, how jarring would that be to find out your entire life was a lie?
Right. That you were sold or kidnapped or whatever the situation was. Yeah.
And that these people who weren't your parents actually raised you this whole entire time. And they probably knew and didn't say anything to you. Like, how betrayed would you feel?
Yeah.
That would be horrible.
It would be. A lot of therapy.
Yeah. Be a lot of therapy. Yeah. Especially for me. Because I'd be like, do I hold a grudge? Do I thank you? Because, I mean, at this point.
Right. The situation he was in, I'm sure, wasn't
as bad as what his life may have been if he was still with his mom. I don't know. I don't know. Again, conjecture.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have any information about Wesley Dale Morgan, you're asked to call the East Feliciana Parish Sheriff's Office at 225-683-5459 or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. You can also call that FBI line that was set up, dedicated strictly to this case, at 1-800-CALL-FBI or 800-225-5324. You can also call Crime Stoppers at 225-344-7867. Any information, pick up the phone.
If you know anything, and the reward's still there, so, you know something, and you've been holding it on to it, get it out there.
Yep. So as usual, we appreciate y'all for listening.
Yes.
All sources used to create this episode can be found in the show notes. Our theme music is made by Patty Salzetta. And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave us a review. Like, follow, collect, all the things. Help us be seen by strangers.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of you that are listening know us personally.
Yes. So. Instead of stranger danger, we want strangers.
We want the strangers.
We want our strangers to become friends.
We want our strangers to become listeners.
Yes.
Obviously, you can follow us on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, the interwebs at holdmysweettea.com. And if you have a story, a case, some folklore, any of that you think would be really cool for us to cover, or if you want to at some point be a guest on our podcast, please make sure you email us at steeped@holdmysweettea.com.
Yes. So let us know, even if you have a cool story that you went to some haunted bar or haunted plantation or something like that, and you had an experience. Let us know. We'd love to hear about that. Or if you know of a case that has gotten little media attention, let us know that too. Inform us. We will look into it and try to do it. But Hold My Sweet Tea is a Drunken Bee production. And y'all stay safe out there. And just because we're dipping doesn't mean y'all can't keep sipping. Bye. Peaches.